Now that we've talked about how to draw the reference triangles on the unit circle and figure out different trig functions, we're going to put it all together and just talk about coordinates on the unit circle. So the unit circle is centered at the origin and it has a radius of 1. So if this is the origin and I go right 1, up and down 0, this point is 1, 0. If I go right and left 0 and up 1, it's 0, 1. Left 1 is negative 1, 0. And down 1 is 0, negative 1. So it's just a circle on a graph, and it just hits at 1 because that's the radius. Now, to figure out the other coordinates on this circle, we can use our special right triangles. So remember, in a 45, 45, 90, the sides are square root of 2 over 2, and the hypotenuse is 1. So if you look at the 45-degree angle, those are the points, because I got to go right square root of 2 over 2, then up square root of 2 over 2. So this is my x coordinate and my y coordinate. So really, the only ones you have to memorize are the square root of 2 over 2 one for the 45, 45, 90, and then the 30, 60, 90, which with a 30-degree angle, the side across is 1/2, hypotenuse is 1, bottom square root of 3 over 2. That one goes here. And then if you flip it, so it's a 60-degree angle, it just changes to 1/2 and then up square root of 3 over 2. So once you know these three triangles, you know the x and y, you'll realize that in each quadrant, it's the exact same numbers, but now that we're going left and up, it's negative x, positive y. So here, x and y are both positive in quadrant 1. In quadrant 2, the only thing that changes is we have a negative x, positive y. In quadrant 3, we just have a negative x and a negative y. And in quadrant 4, it's positive x, negative y. So look at these numbers, positive x, negative y. You see it's the same numbers all around the unit circle. We're just changing the signs depending on the quadrant we're in. So what we're going to do today is just figure out what are the coordinates at each reference angle. So we just saw the whole thing broken down. Now we're just going to look at just a typical one triangle at a time situation. So this is a 45-degree reference angle. So I know my sides are square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2. Boom, boom. And I'm going right square root of 2 over 2, up square root of 2 over 2. So right square root of 2 over 2, my x, up square root of 2 over 2 for my y. Then if I go to this quadrant, I'm going left and then up. So negative square root of 2 over 2, because I'm up square root. So the only then up square root of 2 over 2. In quadrant 3, they're both in. And then quadrant 4, I'm going right and down, so it's positive, negative. The quick note here, if I am at the center and just go straight to the right all the way, that's right 1 up 0. If I go just straight up, 0, 1. Left, negative 1, up and down 0. Down, 0 left and right, down 1. So those points always stay the same if I go all the way over. So that would be like 0 degrees, 90 degrees. Those points are really easy. They're right on the circle at 1 or 0, 1. So I want you to try to figure out what are my coordinates for the 30-degree reference triangle. So right here, we're going to fill these out, and then I'll show you how to do it. Give it a try, pause the video. All right, so for 30 degrees, remember across from the 30 is 1/2. Also, you could look, if you think about it, that is exactly halfway up the y-axis. So that is 1/2. Get rid of those. Don't really need them. So that's 1/2. Across from the 60 is square root of 3 over 2. So it's right square root of 3 over 2. In the x direction, up 1/2. Then if I go to quadrant number 2 at a 150-degree angle, so it's 150, that means there's 30 left. So it's just another 30, 60, 90 triangle. So it's up 1/2, but it's left square root of 3 over 2. So this is negative because I'm going left. Then same thing down here at 210, that's a 30-degree angle into quadrant number 3. I'm going left and down. So left square root of 3 over 2, down 1/2. Then for quadrant 4, right and down, I'm going right square root of 3 over 2, and then down 1/2 again. So I could figure out all these points on the coordinate grid. And the last one. The last one, let's just do it really quick because it's almost the same thing as the one we just did, except now for a 60-degree angle, across from the 60 is square root of 3 over 2. Next to the 60 is 1/2. So this is halfway over in the x direction, and then up square root of 3 over 2. So it's 1/2 comma square root of 3 over 2. Basically, the x and y just switch from the 30, 60, 90. So at 120, this is also a 60-degree angle. So it's left half up square root of 3 over 2. So we're just changing the signs. This one's left 1/2 down square root of 3 over 2. This one, right 1/2 down square root of 3 over 2. So we could figure out all these coordinates, the x's and the y's, and to just really be able to graph these quickly. Now, one thing I want to bring up is this stamp. The x comma y is also the same thing as the cos of the angle, comma, the sine of the angle. And here's why. So yesterday, we did how to find cosine and sine of a reference angle. So let's just look at this 60-degree angle. Cosine is the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. Well, the adjacent side, what's next to that 60, is 1/2. So 1/2 divided by 1 is just 1/2. So that is the x. So this is the same thing as cosine. And then the y, the opposite, because sine is opposite over hypotenuse. If I look at this reference angle, the opposite side is square root of 3 over 2. Divided by 1 is just square root of 3 over 2. So the y is always going to be the sine of the angle. So if I look back at the unit circle, let's say someone said, what is sine of 60? Well, I know sine is always the y value. So what's the y value at 60? It's square root of 3 over 2. So it's always cosine comma sine, or x comma y. So what is cosine of 45? Well, here's 45. Cosine is the x. So cosine 45 equals square root of 2 over 2. What is tangent of 45? Well, I didn't tell you what tangent was. Don't worry about tangent. It's just divide them. So square root of 2 over 2 divided by square root of 2 over 2. But let's say cosine of 30 degrees. Well, here's 30 degrees. Cosine is the x. So cos 30 is square root of 3 over 2. So it just helps us if we know the coordinates and we know cosine is the x, sine is the y. It does save you some time, but you could always do what we did yesterday and the day before and actually divide them and do like, so cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So if I do cosine of 30 again, the adjacent side to 30 is square root of 3 over 2. It's up a half, and the hypotenuse is 1. So cosine 30 equals adjacent side square root of 3 over 2 divided by the hypotenuse, which is 1. So cosine 30 equals square root of 3 over 2. This is y. But if you just remember, cosine is just the x, saves you a lot of time. That's all.